Hello everyone, it is Kawaii Critic, aka The Preacher. Oh yes it is, and it's time to review another episode of My Little Pony, Season 6, Episode 17, Dungeons and Discord. So I figured, since this is Dungeons and Dragons-esque, that I would appropriate my attire to my class that I would pick if I were to adventure into this episode. The Holy Man, the Paladin, the Preacher. Yes, it is. Oh, yes. So, this episode, I feel like it was more meant to be a comedy more than to teach an actual lesson. At least, that's what the majority of the episode felt like. We have Discord being left behind by Fluttershy, and Spike and Big Mac see that he is distraught, almost, and they invite him to have a guys' night out. So, Discord takes over, and it brings him to the party for bigger ponies, if you know what I'm saying. Ha! Oh yes. Drinks all around, and chocolate milk. Oh yes, but no, Spike and Big Mac, they want to do what they have wanted to do all night, and that is play some ogres, or what was the name? Ogres and ogerettes, I believe the name was of this particular game. And Spike still has this obsession with rarity, even though most people probably at this point prefer Ember. I'm just saying. And as far as guy friends are concerned, this seems really awkward to put after the episode Spike just made friends with Thorax, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't Spike invite Thorax to this little get-together? They are friends now, right? So wouldn't he, do that? I don't know. That just seems like a thing that would happen. I don't know. Maybe. But no. We don't get that. We get a 3-part system. And the Dungeons and Dragons part is relatively short. It is like the last few minutes of this episode where Discord brings them into the game or makes the game a reality, causing it to be dangerous because things are still, they still have an effect on the ponies and whatnot. And so Discord learns something about not feeling superior, I think? I don't know. What was the lesson of this episode? I am utterly confused. And thus, we see the main 6 return from their so-called visit with Celestia, another off-screen adventure that mentions Celestia, but we don't get to see that episode instead. No, we get to sit through this. Dungeons and Discord, oh yes. And then, at the very last minute, Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash join the party as a ninja, and I believe a gypsy class. I don't know. Maybe she does spells or something. I don't know. I just don't. Anyway, this episode, I felt like it was really weak. I mean, I felt like they could have focused more on Discord getting upset earlier and having more of the episode based on the actual thing that it's called, Dungeons and Discord. You would think that would take up most of the episode. So the issue I have with this is very similar to the issue I have with 28 Pranks Later, where, you made a thing to the zombies, and then that only takes up the third end of the episode. Like, why? Why does that not take up the majority of the episode? I just don't understand it. I suggested a way to fix this remedy by making it a Princess Celestia dream, where she feels guilty that she has not been there, doing her work, doing her fair share. And now she's doing work all of a sudden? I'd feel guilty if that was my life, oh yes. So yes, that would have been the premise, at least, how to fix 28 Pranks Later. Now let's go back to Dungeons and Discord. As I said earlier, make Discord upset earlier and then have them go into the game earlier. Like as soon as they leave, Discord be like, yo, I'm gonna go in there and forget all this other referencing stuff and Space Jam or whatever. I mean, I think there's a Space Jam reference in there. I don't know. I just don't know. Too many references, not enough based on the actual thing that you should have been focusing on, the actual board game. And as I said, I felt like the meaning was lost. It's really quick, and it's just not really obvious. I don't know. I feel like this is perhaps one of the weaker episodes because it didn't know how to transition into the actual part of the episode while also containing a message. I feel like there was so much going on here. So much going on. I mean, all the references, too many references, and then you get the Dungeons and Discords at the third act, when it should have been at the end of the first act, or whatever, however you want to split it up. But still, I feel like if Discord would have cut the shenanigans, cut all that stuff out, have him go there right away, get angry right away, and then do the thing, we could have had so much more video game references, which I feel like could have felt this episode a lot better. And let's talk about stuff other than that. Let's talk about Spike and Big Mac for just a moment. Spike takes over the majority of this episode along with Discord. Big Mac just feels there. I feel like since this was a, quote, guys' night out, which doesn't end that way, that Big Mac would have a bit more dialogue. I feel like he would open up, be more enthusiastic about being in this Dungeons and Dragons world. And elaborate. Become the actual character when he's actually this barbarian warrior. And he has some dialogue that pertains to that. But no, he just says the normal yep and nope with a few other things thrown in there. That's about it. And they do the celebratory thing twice in the same episode. No, that was not necessary. Why did you do it twice? Oh no. Anyway, this episode was ridiculous, I think. But I'm sure some few people will enjoy this episode. So, to those individuals, I say, power to ya. Oh yes, this has been Kawaii Critic, the preacher pony. Ha! Oh yes it is. Saying, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode review. And if you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Farewell, my humble audience. Oh yes, keep it kawaii.